My name is Gregg Baker. I deal predominantly in Japanese screens and works of art, although sometimes Chinese pieces as well, and have been established in the business for 25 years with my own gallery in London. It seems to me historically that we have always traded with China with the tea clippers and things right from the 18th century and earlier. And I think historically it's just carried through that we've always had a great interest in China and Asia generally. London very much is the centre. I don't think very much really goes on so much in the provinces at any real level, but London as a centre, I understand, I believe that generally has more dealers in the square mile, as it were, of the West End and nearby than any other capital I know of, other than perhaps Hong Kong. I opened my first gallery in London in 1985, at which point was very much the bubble of the Japanese market, and it was a hugely successful period. In those days, all you had to do really was buy it and you could sell it. It's changed dramatically since then. Prices have changed also. The Japanese have somewhat fallen out of the market for the obvious pieces, although they're still buying high-level ceramics and other works of art. What I have seen, of course, is the change where Americans came into the market for a while, still very interested, still chasing things, and of course these days the Chinese buying their own works of art back and hugely chasing anything decent around the world which is Chinese, which they want back from their heritage. Everybody said that after the Olympics in 2008 the market would crash. If you look at records for Chinese art, we've actually hit world records time on time again since then, and the market's continuing to climb. I truly believe that China has a long way to go, and I think that also they will be chasing their art for some considerable time. The issue, of course, these days is getting the supply for the demand. But most dealers, I think, in Chinese art in England and certainly in Japan, they have lots of collectors. There are plenty of collections still to come to the market. There'll be things there, and the market will be supplied somehow, I'm sure. Yeah, as you talked about crisis, I'm happy to say, touch wood if I could find some, haven't really felt the crisis. It's been the reverse for me in so much as that most of my clients in fact have turned to art as an investment, although I don't like to consider art majorly an investment, but a safe haven for their money. Property, they didn't know quite where it was going, up or down. The stock market has been very fluctuating and very fickle. Most of my clients have then therefore taken their money and put it on their wall or on their sideboard, or at least enjoyed to look at it and enjoy the pieces they own for a while with a fairly safe market where it does at least hold the value, even if it doesn't necessarily jump up massively.